Hello, everybody. So, I want to start off by apologizing. The month of July was a little bit of a crazy one for me. We celebrated the legend of our family, my grandfather's 90th birthday, and we hosted it. So, 80 people attended, and I will be honest, I'm probably never going to host a party that big again. It was amazing, but it was so exhausting. And then following that, well, I ended up in the hospital in Merge. I will go over more of that in the future because I traveled shortly after surgery, and I have some tips for anybody traveling after surgery. So, we're going to discuss that more in the future, probably in a few videos from now. But I want to get back to my Japan videos. A lot of people will take day trips from Kyoto. They'll go to like Osaka or, to the north. But a lot of people don't realize how close Hiroshima and Fukuoka are to Kyoto. And I know that it's not that expensive to take day trips there. And these are two places that I really believe that you should definitely not miss. Hiroshima, obviously, for the history, and Fukuoka for probably one of the most beautiful Buddha statues I've ever seen. So let's get to it. When I planned the trip, we were actually flying out of Fukuoka. But again, it is a great place to do a day trip from Kyoto. It is not that far and not that expensive. And we were able to keep our luggage at the train station. There are lockers. If the lockers are full, there's actually another area within the train station where you can drop your luggage off, and it's not that expensive. Then you're looking at about 45 minutes from the train station down to Hiroshima Peace Park. So let's talk Hiroshima. The city was brought on by tragedy and sadness and a history that will hopefully never repeat itself. This is where I'm going to be honest, I was a little disappointed. Again, we traveled during Golden Week, which is one of the most popular vacation times in Japan. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess depending how you look at it, there were a lot of celebrations going on inside the park. This was the one spot that I actually wanted to go to when it was quiet. And I think it was just to take the area in, and it wasn't. It was far from beyond quiet. But if you'd like to see the celebrations, they were absolutely amazing, and all the different things that they had around the park. The thing that I liked the most was all of the different monuments. This historical site, obviously, the few standing buildings and structures that they had around the park, not only that, again, the monuments that they had, making this area a place of peace. It was incredible. And I'm, again, hoping that this is going to be something where history does not repeat itself. As much as there's an abundance of beauty that is surrounding this area now, I can't imagine the devastation that this place had gone through back in the day. Now, I will say this, Hiroshima is definitely a place for people who love history. The next stop that we did was Hiroshima Castle. We did not have a whole lot of a time in Hiroshima, but for those who love history, Hiroshima Castle is definitely one of those places that you should not miss. The grounds here were absolutely incredible. Getting here from the Peace Park is about a 15-minute walk. It is a little confusing how to get to the entrance. So I will tell you that once you cross over this bridge area here, you're going to want to make a right and not a left. Though the views from the left of the grounds with the moat surrounding it was really incredible. So if you want those views, I suggest going to the left. If not, stick to the right. Now, when we think of castle tours, we think that it is going to be maybe laid out to what it looked like before. This is not the case. So I will save you the trouble for those of you who are not so much into history and are looking forward to a castle. It is not. The inside of the castle is history. It's going to be filled with monuments and pieces from the past. Also, definitely a lot of historical notes, but there's nothing inside the castle that makes it really look like a castle. It's more of a museum now. However, the grounds are quite beautiful. And for those who love history, this is a must stop. So with Fukuoka, we did not make this a day trip. However, we actually flew out of here down to our next destination, which was Naha, Okinawa. So Fukuoka, the reason why I say that you should go here as a day trip, it is very expensive to stay in Fukuoka. We actually stayed at the Montan Hostel. Now, this is not your typical hostel. They actually have rooms with bunk beds in them and a decent bathroom. However, if you're looking at staying in a more modern hotel, you're going to be spending probably about $300 to $600 a night to stay in Fukuoka. This is why I say you can make this a day trip. It's not far from Kyoto, and for what you want to visit in Fukuoka, you will not need that much time. The reason Fukuoka is such an amazing place is Nanzoin Temple. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Here it is, with a 41-meter lying Buddha. So I have to explain this. This is in like a valley on a mountain, and they were able to bring this Buddha in. Oh my goodness. Seeing it is just absolutely unbelievable. Now, I will tell you the grounds around here, there is a path or a little trail that takes you to all these different little shrines, and it's absolutely amazing and totally worth the day trip. It's not far. It's about a 45-minute train ride from Hakata Station, which is the main station in Fukuoka. This place, I'm just going to show it to you. There's absolutely no words to describe how beautiful it is. And you could probably spend about 2 to 3 hours here if you were like slowly walking around, and it is absolutely worth it. Have a look. So like I said, these two places are amazing and should not be missed if you are staying in Kyoto. Next week, we are going to Okinawa Islands, which is a really quick flight from Fukuoka, or you can actually fly out of Tokyo as well, and it is 1000% worth it. We unfortunately had horrible weather. Through the entire trip, we had amazing weather. We get down to the islands and we get stuck with rain. So what do you do on a rainy trip in Okinawa? We're going to discuss that next week. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Of course, if you haven't subscribed and you want to see any of my future videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And of course, if you think anyone's going to benefit from this, don't forget to share. See you in 2 weeks.